Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Todd and Julie Chrisley moving on to a whole new state. During Todd Chrisley's first post-prison press conference, he shared that he and his family were done with Nashville, Tennessee. Although it would always be home, it was time for a big change. So where are Todd and Julie Chrisley headed next? Keep reading for more details. Todd and Julie Chrisley moving on. It has been a rough ride for Todd and Julie Chrisley. They amassed an incredible amount of fame through their reality series, Chrisley Knows Best. Along with their children and Todd's mother, Nanny Faye, fans flocked to the show and their never-ending antics. Unfortunately, legal troubles started to plague the couple, and they were soon convicted of bank fraud and tax evasion. This led them to each receive lengthy sentences in separate states, keeping them apart from their kids and each other. After nearly 2.5 years, they were pardoned by President Donald Trump and released within a day. Shortly after, Todd appeared at a press conference with his daughter, Savannah Chrisley. There he shared this insight regarding the next move. The Chrisleys relocated to Nashville from Georgia nearly a decade ago, and that was where Savannah raised her 2 younger siblings while her parents were away. Now they have settled on a new location, and it still has Southern charm. Todd and Julie Chrisley are headed to Charleston, South Carolina, and they have big plans for their new home. The duo is hopeful that they can purchase a mansion, which they will turn into a hotel. Of course, their presence will still remain in the public eye. The family has a new reality series coming up this year, which began filming while Todd and Julie were still away. It was to show how the kids and Nanny Faye were handling life on their own. Yet the moment the couple was pardoned, cameras promptly went back up to capture every moment. Judge Todd. While Todd and Julie Chrisley were behind bars, Savannah Chrisley moved into their Nashville home. She spent her time raising her younger siblings, Grayson and Chloe, while working and fighting. However, when Todd returned to the mansion, he was judging and criticizing every aspect. Things did not look right to him, but his daughter had to remind him that she was taking care of her brother and sister. At the same time, she was speaking and traveling to fight on their behalf and for prison reform. Therefore, maintaining the perfect yard was not her priority. As for who will join Todd and Julie in Charleston, it is yet to be determined. The gates of Pensacola Federal Prison had barely creaked open when the whispers started swirling. Whispers of change, of redemption, and, perhaps most shockingly, of real estate. After serving time that etched new lines in their faces, and perhaps softened the glint in their famously pristine smiles, Todd and Julie Chrisley were now stepping into a whole new life, in a whole new state. Gone were the days of Georgia grandeur and Tennessee charm. According to insiders close to the family, the Chrisleys weren't just moving houses. They were planning a total reinvention, beginning with a fresh start in North Carolina. The big reveal. Savannah Chrisley was the first to drop the bombshell during a podcast recording that was meant to focus on prison reform. Her voice cracked slightly when she said, "Mom and Dad, they just don't feel at home in the South anymore. Not in the way they used to. So they're starting over. They're moving to North Carolina." Gasps, comments, DMs. The internet lit up like a Christmas tree. But the reason behind the move was more emotional than geographical. The family's old stomping grounds were saturated with memories, court dates, media frenzy, and betrayals. Todd, always the performer, had grown tired of the encore. Julie just wanted peace. A house on the hill, with cameras. The new Chrisley compound isn't a mansion dripping in marble or gold leaf chandeliers. Instead, the couple opted for a renovated colonial-style home nestled in the Blue Ridge foothills, surrounded by whispering pines and enough acreage to keep paparazzi drones. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a production truck in that driveway by fall, said one local resident, who claimed she saw Savannah and Grayson scouting coffee shops in town. But according to sources close to the family, the move is not about spectacle. They want to reclaim what it means to be Chrisley, the source said, not the brand, the people. Todd's redemption plans. Even in khaki prison scrubs, Todd Chrisley never stopped plotting his next chapter. And now, standing in a freshly painted kitchen with Julie beside him and sweet tea on the counter, he's making bold declarations. "I'm not here to be famous anymore," he reportedly told a real estate agent while finalizing the purchase of their new property. "I'm here to be free. There's a difference." But don't mistake his humility for retreat. Todd is already said to be in talks to launch a faith-based podcast focused on prison reform, marriage survival, and making peace with God and the IRS. Some say he's also working on a memoir tentatively titled Convicted, Not Condemned, The Chrisley Way Back. Julie's quiet strength. While Todd dreams out loud, Julie Chrisley has been quietly building something even more powerful, a private life. Friends close to Julie reveal that the prison time reshaped her soul. She took up journaling, cooking therapy, and even earned a certification in nutritional wellness during her time away. In North Carolina, she's planning to launch a community garden initiative for women re-entering society after incarceration. Julie's new motto: "Feed the soil, feed the soul." A far cry from her past as a picture-perfect reality TV matriarch, Julie now finds joy in canning peaches and walking barefoot in her garden. Freedom for her is no longer about the size of her closet, a source said, but the depth of her roots. A divided family? Not everyone is thrilled about the move. Chase Chrisley, the wild card of the family, is reportedly staying behind in Nashville. Sources close to him say he's struggling to reconcile the family's past with their future. He wants to support them, but he also wants his own name not attached to every Google headline, a family friend shared. And frankly, he likes the bar scene in Nashville too much to leave. Meanwhile, Grayson, the youngest, is said to be considering college in North Carolina, possibly even at Duke or UNC. He's remained unusually quiet through the family's legal journey, but is reportedly supportive of his parents' decision and looking forward to quiet Sundays with them again. Nanny Faye's approval. Perhaps the most iconic Chrisley voice, Nanny Faye, offered her blessing in true nanny fashion. "I don't care what state we're in, as long as there's a casino 2 hours away and my babies are safe," she quipped during a recent family dinner. But Lord help the HOA if they try to fine us for anything. Nanny Faye is expected to split her time between her Florida condo and the new North Carolina estate, though she's insisted on keeping her independence. "I've done my time raising Todd," she joked. Reality show rumors. Despite Todd's insistence on staying out of the limelight, there are already murmurs that a production company has pitched a docuseries centered on their move, rehabilitation, and life post-prison. The working title, Chrisley Reclaimed. Insiders claim the series would be less glam, more grit. A blend of home renovation, healing, and hard truths. Savannah is rumored to be executive producing, and one network insider said, "There's never been a redemption arc like this one. America watched them fall. Now they'll watch them rise." What's next? For now, the Chrisleys are asking for space, both physical and emotional. Their move to North Carolina isn't a retreat, but a reset. They're still figuring things out, navigating parole requirements, adjusting to public scrutiny, and dealing with the emotional toll prison took on their marriage. But in the quiet hills of their new state, where morning fog blankets the past and fresh air whispers promise, Todd and Julie Chrisley are no longer prisoners of public opinion. They're just a couple, flawed, forgiven, and finally free, writing their next chapter one sunrise at a time.